Scotland in grand style. We're stalking deer with Browning's new X-Bolt 2 rifle and staying in a castle. This kind of thing is at the heart of the Scottish Sporting Week, which the Scottish Government is trying to kill. It's trying really hard to kill. Tom Davies is fox shooting, crashing quads and finding a chainsaw.
Not that I know anything about chainsaws, but nor do I fail with scopes either.
Hunting YouTube with James Marchington is back as an occasional series, and David is on the new stump. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Who fancies a winter break in Scotland? General public, not so much. Those of you who own a rod, reel, shotgun or rifle, abso-bloomin-lutely. And thank goodness for that. If it were not for the sporting community, the Scottish hospitality industry would be under huge pressure during the colder, darker months of the year. Helping bolster the local economy is Browning. It has booked the glorious Gordon Castle and its grounds to host the launch of its new X-Bolt 2 rifle and a Winchester copper alloy bullet.
It keeps like that, perfect.
Because it's Browning, they're pushing the boat out. Not only does the event coincide with the start of the salmon season, but we still have the roe doe and red hind seasons in full swing. This is one of the great playgrounds of Scotland. This is a country house. It used to be 568 feet long. They knocked it down, or most of it down, because of dry rot in the 1950s. This kind of thing is at the heart of the Scottish Sporting Week, which the Scottish Government is trying to kill. It's trying really hard to kill. We're on this estate here, Gordon Castle. Just over there is Invercold, Mar Lodge, Balmoral. You get the kind of picture. So we are up here for red hinds, roe does. We had fishing yesterday, and it's like the week refuses to die because we love doing it, because we love it so much. And we're doing it in February. And they're investing in the future. Not much to see here, but that's a cover crop over there, and that is part of the basis for a grey partridge shoot. They've got a few coveys now. They're not going to shoot anything for 4 or 5 years, and they're employing a keeper just to bring on the grey partridge here, and with the grey partridge, all the other nature. That's why the Scottish Government should really invest in this kind of thing. The man responsible for keeping the invited international journalists on time and in check is the tallest of our favourite outfitters, Sergio Couto.
Last year we did the first year here, it was fantastic. People really like the place because it's beautiful. The River Spey and the background, the castle. So plenty of cottage for people to stay. So yeah, so far so good.
He's running the event. When one group of guys heads up on the hill, the other stays on the low ground after row. Then we swap. With a few minutes to spare, with the Spey as our backdrop, I explained to David what I've learnt about the new Browning X-Bolt 2. So why would you buy an X-Bolt 2? Browning is a really big manufacturer. Beretta is a really big manufacturer. I would say this is Browning's effort to push Ticker off the podium, and it does it in a variety of clever ways. All the basics are there. It's a very smooth bolt, it's very nice and easy to use. The trigger is entirely adjustable, but then the adjustability goes quite a lot further. You can see the comb here. I can raise that into 6 positions, up, down, backwards and forwards. The clever bit is there's some spaces in the stock, so I can make that longer, which I need to do, or if I were smaller than I am, I can make it quite a lot shorter. There are spaces inside which I can take out. So that's a very clever idea. It's got a very straightforward ergonomic safety catch just there, just where you want it. And I mean, everything is where you expect it. You know, sometimes you pick up a rifle and you find the safety catch is down there or something like that, and you think, oh, okay, when I'm under pressure, is that where I want it to be? This is the Ford Escort of rifles. It is absolutely perfect for the family man. I am starting on the hinds and we head to the Tulkin estate, 40 minutes up the Spey Valley from Gordon Castle. This is another of the great Scottish sporting estates offering grouse, pheasant, partridge, reds, roe and salmon. Joining David, me and our guide Bob is Paul Austin from Rifle Shooter magazine. We're lucky with the weather. Will we be lucky with the reds? The estate is beautiful and we get that wonderful sense of big landscape and isolation that is so rare these days. The Cairngorms in the background crown this ground. The only deer we're getting near to are roe. We're struggling to get within 500 metres of any reds, which is a great test for a cool pair of image-stabilised binos from Kite Optics.
The thing to do, the kind of moment of surprise, put them up to your eyes and then flick that button to the middle and see what happens.
It's not zooming in and zooming out then, it's not like that.
No, not at all. No, it's all mechanical, which means you get the benefit of glass, good quality glass. It just makes such a difference having no shake at all. And it's entirely mechanical, so it's little motors making the lenses move around, so it's not digital.
Very good,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
You really do need to try them, they are remarkable. With reds not playing ball, we head to the lower ground to try our luck for a roe, and we pass by some pheasant pens. Now Bob, like every keeper across Scotland, is trying to do his job to the best of his ability, despite all the new legislation and guidance from government. It's supposed to benefit wildlife. He says it's not working.
For instance, you're not allowed to snare in Scotland anymore, which we relied on 24 hours a day, working to catch our vermin to protect the grouse stock, the pheasants. And also you've got the traps now that you've got to set a test to be able to set a dock trap now.
Right,
So,
yeah. You didn't have to do that before.
no, we didn't have to do that before.
And I mean, in your opinion, has that improved anything for the wildlife?
No, I would say it's decreasing the number of wildlife because the predators are able to kill through the night when we're not always available to be there.
Do you think it was about the wildlife? It was ever about the wildlife, or was it more about getting rid of the estates?
I think it's more about getting rid of the estates and the country way of life. I think there's more and more people moving out of the big cities into the countryside, and they're not wanting to see us carry on our duties as gamekeepers like we do.
But when the wildlife disappears, will they miss it?
They will, because they like to see it, but it's not going to be there to see because you've got your vermin that are killing it, and we're not allowed to do our jobs to the best of our abilities now.
Back to stalking those deer, and we have one last stab at the reds. We're in luck. They are also on the lower grounds.
The one in the middle.
One in the middle, yeah.
Yep, that's where I shot it. Thank you, Bob. Magic, absolutely magic. Gee.
Long time coming.
Long time coming. I mean, we saw a great deal of the estate, and I'm so pleased we found those ones in the woods. It's been a good day, a really good day.
From David's angle, it's confusing what goes where, when, and he asks me to explain what happened.
From my angle, Charlie, it looked like they were crisscrossing each other.
No, so I'm going to put the rifle down. We are empty. Here we go. So there were one deer at the back, that one down there, and there were two animals on either side of it like that. So I was a sort of perfect H, and the one in the middle was completely clear to me, and she moved her head round. I thought, oh, I can't shoot now, I can't shoot now. She moved her head back, boom.
The fact of the matter is we have a red hind, and I can safely say we deserve it.
These bullets here, that outer case is supposed to go like that once it's gone into the animal. So you've got a very small hole in, and then there's a kind of core, copper core, that goes straight on through, and it's supposed to allow you lots of blood to track it with if you need to track it. And I think that kind of, you saw was caused by that petalling working taking place. I'd just like to say this is a very good time to hang back and let the real men do the job, you know.
Next time we'll complete our sporting stay in Gordon Castle on the row, and I'll get a lesson in spey casting. If you want to enjoy amazing Scottish sport with all the bells and whistles, contact Sergio via his website surcoutwildharvest.com. And for more information about the Browning X-Bolt 2, go to browning.eu.
Thank you all who took part in that. And I took those stabilised binos and gave them to my dad to try. He has Parkinson's, and we have put the film of his review on our Field Test channel, and he features in this week's Fieldsports Extra. Now, this week's Fieldsports Extra competition is for a Hillock shirt from Gilly UK Clothing, priced at £75.
Hi guys, it's Hamish from Gilly. Just want to take you through our Hillock shirt. So it comes in 3 colours, green, lichen and blue. It's a 220 gram heavy cotton drill with 2% elastane for that extra give. It's also got a popper fastener pocket, chest pocket, with your zip on the inside to keep everything safe. Just an all-round versatile garment.
Thanks, Hamish. Fieldsports Extra's weekly prize draw is simple to enter. Find out how on Fieldsports Extra, the exclusive show for members that goes out to them on Tuesday nights. Link to membership below. Next, out for his 5 minutes of weekly exercise, it's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. As wildfires break out across the north of England, attention turns to the lack of moorland management by United Utilities. 2 fires in the Peak District are on water company United Utilities land. United Utilities, which employs the RSPB as a moorland management partner, has been re-wetting moorland instead of following the advice of fire services and gamekeepers and burning fire breaks. The wet spring in 2024 means that 2025 is likely to be a bumper year for wildfires. The Clay Pigeon Association has crowned 2024 Olympic champion Nathan Hales as the clay shooter of the year. The winner of the trap gold medal at the Paris Olympics picked up the award at the CPSA's annual awards ceremony. The 28-year-old from Kent shot a new Olympic record of 48 out of 50 in the final to take the top spot in Paris. Amber Rutter, who just lost out on gold in the women's skeet after a controversial missed target, was named Lady Shooter of the Year at the event in Burton-upon-Trent on Saturday.
Been a very, very busy year for me, travelling, young family as well, so trying to fit time in with family as well as get my training in, get my competitions in, ready for the games, and then obviously managing to do the business at the games, which was really, really special. So to do that in front of the family as well, and a lot of sponsors and stuff that were there at the games. So yeah, it was a very, very special opportunity.
There's been a surge in Scottish deer stalkers taking deer management courses. It follows Holyrood's announcement they will be compulsory. The proposed Natural Environment Scotland Bill, likely to be debated this year, is likely to make it illegal to stalk a deer in Scotland without a deer management qualification. You can already register with Nature Scot as fit and competent if you want to shoot deer during the close season, shoot at night, or drive deer with vehicles to shoot them, as long as you have a deer stalking certificate DSC1 or PDS1. The new law means all deer stalkers will have to register. There is no guidance on whether Scotland will allow guest stalkers from England, Wales or overseas. The Shooting and Hunting Academy, which offers the Proficient Deer Stalking Certificate, PDS1, says that stalkers are reacting by signing up for courses. The Academy is offering a 20% discount on the PDS1 to anyone with a Scottish address, bringing the price down from £395 to £316. To sign up, follow the link below and use the discount code SCOT25, all capitals, at checkout. Here is an exchange in a parliamentary committee between MSP Emma Harper and the Scottish Government's Head of Wildlife Management, Hugh Dignan.
The words competent to shoot a deer is to be substituted with fit and competent. Can you tell us about what fit means in terms of fit and competent?
Well, in terms of those 2 words, fit specifically really refers rather to firearms licence, that you are fit to do that. Competent is really about how you do that.
And the firearms licence, and is that the DSC1
No.
certification?
That's more about the competence.
Okay.
So the DSC 1 is a competence training level, and it sets out various things about marksmanship, identification of deer, safety in shooting and growlicking and so on, that's, managing of deer after they've been shot.
Aim to Sustain is closing its game assurance scheme, which it inherited from British Game Assurance in 2023. The shooting umbrella group Aim to Sustain says the scheme has not attracted sufficient members to make it sustainable. It is closing to new members and membership renewals from the 7th of March 2025. Certified members remain in the scheme with its benefits until their current annual membership expires. Other schemes are available, including Wildlife Farms and Estates England and Wales, Wildlife Estates Scotland and Trusted Games Game Bird Welfare Scheme. Drone work and some good solid policing has stopped poachers in their tracks. Police Community Support Officer Andrew Cusick was on patrol in County Durham last April when he spotted a silver Subaru parked in a farmer's gateway that didn't seem quite right. Trusting his instincts, PCSO Cusick put up the forced drone and captured 2 suspects walking across the farmland with dogs about a mile away. One of the suspects slipped the dog on a deer. When they returned to their car, PCSO Cusick was waiting. Despite claiming they'd only been walking their dogs, the PCSO reported them for poaching offences and summoned to court. The 2 men were charged with a single count of entering land without consent to pursue deer with the intention of either taking, injuring or killing them. They both pleaded not guilty to court, but thanks to PCSO's Cusick's drone evidence, they were found guilty following a trial at Newton Aycliffe Magistrates Court. They were fined £420 between them and ordered to pay £700 in costs. Thanks to Phil Monckton for the story. It's been a good year for hunting and gun dog breeds in the world's most famous dog show, Crufts. The spotlight was on sporting dogs, even though Crufts entrants are usually at the show end of their breeds, with Best in Show going to a Whippet and punter's favourite, a Jack Russell Terrier. The Kennel Club only recognised the Jack Russell in 2016, 200 years after development of the breed by the original parson, Jack Russell, a hunting vicar from Devon who helped found the Kennel Club. A flat-coated retriever from Devon took overall winner of Basque's Gamekeeper classes on Gun Dog Day at Crufts 2025. The North Esk Memorial Trophy and the title of Best in Gamekeeping class went to Barney, owned by Gamekeeper Sume.
So today's been really busy. You can see behind me one of the rings. We've had to split that class because we've had so many entries. It's just got that vibe that the Gamekeeper and Working Dogs classes have at Crufts. It's inclusive. It's one of the few places where the general public are going to see working dogs, gamekeepers. Where else would they see this?
One of the high points of Crufts was the winner of the Old English Foxhound Best of Breed, a 3-year-old working hound, Sparkle, from the Percy Hunt in Northumberland. This is the first time that a working foxhound has competed at Crufts since the dog show began in 1891. Crackshot has raised more than £6,000 in its charity draw. Prizes included an Air Arms S510, and the money raised goes to the Children's Hospice South West and mental health charity, the Devon Clinic.
We raised £6,030, which went to a couple of local charities, and also we need to say a massive thank you to all of our suppliers who helped us with all the prizes.
A Russian hunter has paid $71,000 to hunt a record Markhor ram. Alexei Kim made history by hunting a 14-year-old Kashmir Markhor with 55-inch horns near the Chitral National Park in Pakistan. This marks the largest recorded trophy hunt for the species, surpassing the previous record of 53 inches and 10 years of age. The species, once considered endangered, has grown in numbers following collaboration between the government and local communities, paid for by hunting tourists. This was the 4th and final trophy hunt this season. And finally, good shooting requires you to block out external distractions. But what about internal ones? 2-time English champion Ruth Mundumba is competing at the European Rifle Shooting Champions and is 6 months pregnant with twins. Talking to the BBC, she said it's not a normal thing people do. She has her sights set on competing at the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David, who would like all viewers to like this video and subscribe to Fieldsports Channel. Thank you. Next up, I'm supposed to be going fox shooting with Tom Davies on Dartmoor.
Dartmoor deer stalker and vermin controller Tom Davies had been planning to take me out fox shooting a few nights earlier. Then this happened to him.
So I help a friend out with some red deer, and some of the ground is like real rough. And yeah, the only way you get the deer out is a quad. And we're trying to be efficient and get back as quick as possible. So we loaded the quad up with 5 hinds and 2 of us on the quad. And as we were going across the rough ground, we were going down over this bank. I was being pushed forward by the hinds behind me, and the hinds stacked up were rolling back onto the handlebars, so my friend was wedged between me and the handlebars, which was pushing the accelerator on. Yeah, we went over to the left and ended up in a heap on the floor with a quad and 5 hinds on top of us. So we had to, yeah, redo all that. They didn't stop us. Rifles were fine, so we went and shot another 4 hinds.
And the quad works?
And the quad still worked, yeah. A Honda, yeah. It just carried on like normal.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So are we going to get 9 foxes tonight then?
I'm hoping double figures. We're going to beat that.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't take long before we're off the ground.
Yeah, first fox. We've got Fielder using lambs just here above us, so it's a good one. It's a little vixen, so yeah, nice one. But barren though. Actually, I've done a few for obviously some people where they've had a few issues and stuff. I've sorted them, but in general, in the whole, I've been doing obviously the business deer side of things and anything else that people want me to sort out. But if the foxes aren't causing the problem, I haven't been pushing my luck with the home life at the moment. What happened? I just scared 2 foxes off. Got lazy and drove in instead of walking, and there was 2 foxes sat looking at us whilst I was fannying around with the gate.
Lesson is?
Don't fanny around with a gate. So we came into a field and I was latching the gate shut, and yeah, came in and there was 2 foxes sat watching me do the whole thing of opening the gate, closing the gate.
And there's one of them now.
And yeah, so they did run off. Both of them come back. One sat on the barrel, but this one worked its way around us. And it disappeared behind this gate, and then it popped its head back up. And that was enough. So yeah, I managed to get one of them, and the other one ran down into the valley, which we'll go have a little look for now, and so we can catch up with.
You were right.
It was yeah, it was running, but quick whistle and it stopped. Had a look, which they do like to do sometimes.
The 4th fox of the night is eager.
He was about 50 yards out, and then I just let him come and he wouldn't stop on his own, so I just stopped in and shot him at about, well, not very far away anyway.
What do you reckon, 10 yards?
Yeah, very close.
Tom is using the latest Pulsar thermal scope on his rifle.
So it's one of Pulsar's new scopes. It's the Thermion XP60. Basically it's got a 60mm lens. Yeah, there's a few other gadgets. The screen's all bigger obviously as well, and so you got higher base mag as well with it. The zoom is a lot clearer. That worked well then, but yeah, no, it's good. It is good. I prefer the bigger eyepiece here. It's a lot with the bigger screen and the field of view. Yeah, it's very good. So the eye relief here is actually 65mm, which does give a better image. It also comes with something important here.
You're trying to read.
I'm hiding it behind the rifle.
Exactly. Look at that, it's just terrible. Well done for reading it.
Yeah, I'm known for my tech.
It's while going to pick up the fifth and final fox of the evening down it goes, that Tom makes a find.
Nice steel chainsaw in the field. Yeah, just lying there, yeah. Not that I know anything about chainsaws, but nor do I thermal scopes either. It's a nice little find, but also I'll drop it into the farmer. I presume it's his, falling off the back of the buggy or something.
That's a good reason to have a fox shooter around the place. He can save you hundreds of pounds in forestry equipment, which you can spend on the Pulsar range of night vision and thermal. Go to Thomas Jacks's website, link below.
Thanks, Tom. Now a spotlight on one of March's fieldsportscompetitions.co.uk prizes, the Bushwear Panther folding high seat. It's a portable folding one-man high seat that weighs less than 13 kilograms and you can erect it in under a minute. It's small enough to fit in the back of an average car, plus the extension comes as part of the bundle. It's priced at just under £375 and raffled on fieldsportscompetitions.co.uk. It's only £3.99 a ticket. Next, it's back, just occasionally. It's Hunting YouTube with James Marchington.
Thanks to popular demand, Hunting YouTube is back. Not every week, but as an occasional series. It's been a while since the last one, so here's my pick of the best hunting and shooting videos on YouTube right now. First, here's the gripping tale of a hunt for a man-eating lion in Mozambique. It's from Hunters Inc., a channel I came across recently and which is well worth a look. Meanwhile, in the Zambezi Valley, This Is Africa TV are on a nerve-wracking hunt for another deadly quarry, the Cape Buffalo. As the title suggests, it's the one you think is dead that will kill you. Over to the States, and O'Neill Ops are calling in a pack of coyotes in wide-open country, shooting with a custom-moderated 22-250 at some pretty impressive ranges. More coyotes with Kentucky Outdoors. They're doing the job at night with an electronic caller and night vision, much as we would shoot foxes. After a successful outing, there's a preview of the upcoming spring turkey season, and a visit to a wildlife education centre. Back to the UK, and Chris Dalton and friends from the Outfitter Tales channel are in Scotland, tracking down an injured red hind that's been spotted on the hill. Heading south to Suffolk, the Kerson's Country Life channel have done a lovely job of filming a day in the hide decoying crows. That's another channel I can recommend checking out for some very watchable videos. Next, our old friend David from Predator Protection UK has an action-packed time staying in a shepherd's hut in the woods. He shoots squirrels and a muntjac, then goes out after dark using the gralloch as bait for a fox. Finally, this time, we're back with James Crowther, the cigar-smoking hunter. After a successful trip stalking fallow and muntjac, he takes us round his larder setup and shows how he goes about butchering the muntjac. That's it for this episode. I can't promise to be back next week, but we will be running Hunting YouTube from time to time. So keep watching Fieldsports Britain, and if you have a video you'd like me to include next time, drop me a line, jamesm@fieldsportschannel.tv.
Thanks, James. And that's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please visit our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook and on Instagram. You can follow us on X and TikTok. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, or pop your email address into our weekly newsletter box and we'll contact you about this show. Fieldsports Britain, it's at 7 PM UK time every Wednesday, and this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.